welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Intuitive Witch. Uh, so I'm not sure where I'm gonna go with this video. This is more of a informative video. I've really been feeling to do an informative video. I'm gonna do one, pick a card after this one too, because it'll be related to the topic. So this is more talking about my spiritual journey, how I got into it, what happened in the recent last 6 months that has really I've gone deep into it, in healing, spiritual and healing, and kind of like where I want to go in the future. And I hope this resonates with you guys. And I am really excited and nervous to talk about everything I'm gonna talk about. I don't have like a scripted, it's just me winging it. So with this being said, I want to thank all of my subscribers. I think I posted my last video like a little over like a week ago, like it's going on 2 weeks now. And I was talking about how I am like one subscriber away from hitting 20 subscribers. And in this video, I am so happy and grateful to announce that now I am just like 5 subscribers from hitting 40. So I am extremely happy, and I just want to thank you guys, all of you guys, for watching my videos and commenting on them and liking them. I am very grateful for it. And I am excited where this channel is gonna go and where is it gonna grow. It honestly just boosted myself, boosted like my confidence and knowing like I'm doing the right thing. So yeah, so I'll promote like everything on the pick card. This is more like an informative video, having like a little sit down so you guys get to know me a little better also. So yeah. So yeah, I just want to thank everybody. Like I am very grateful. I'm very grateful that this is taking off and it's growing at the speed that it is. I am very grateful for it, and I just can't stop saying how grateful I am for it. I know it's not much, but it's a lot better than where I was before. As some of you guys know, this is my second attempt to a channel, and I'm definitely getting a lot more results off of this one. I think it's because I'm being more true to myself, and I needed the healing that went with it when I stopped the other channel. So let's get ready for the spiritual journey and healing topic. Okay, so first, I want to talk about how I got started into spirituality, healing. Well, it started off unknowingly healing. In the spiritual stuff, it would be when I was 20 years old. And that was 7 years ago. And well, I started before that. I was 15 when I started going to therapy. However, my teenage years were so chaotic and so everywhere that when I really do truly acknowledge that I actually took the step to grow was when I was 20. And I could talk about my teenage years in another video that's a lot more in depth, and another topic too, because it would have to do with codependencies and addictions. And I would have to make a separate intro as to it being a trigger warning video. If you hear that, that's my cat. But yeah, no, so how I got started was at 20 years old. I was in a relationship, and it was extremely toxic, abusive mentally, emotionally, and it did get physical one time. And I was like, you know what, I'm done. Like, I'm done living this lifestyle. I'm done with the toxicity. I'm over it. And so I went to therapy. And the therapist originally that I had, she had a family emergency. It was like a month of me being in with her. And she had family emergency, so she had to move. And so they're like, hey, if she moved, is it okay if we put you with another therapist? We think you'll actually like her a lot. And I was like, sure, I'll go with it. And instantly, I fell in love with this woman. Instantly. And I've been going to her on and off for 7 years. Um, so that's how it all got started. And unknowingly, like, that was me going deep into my spirituality. That's how I, knowing now, like, that's me taking my first step initially, knowing that something is wrong. Like, I knew something was wrong. Something was just, like, life can't be this way. Life cannot be this way. Like, something is off. Like from my childhood till like when I was 20, I was like, something is off and I know it's not right. So I was like, okay, let me just go to therapy, and that's it. And so fast forward, going through a lot more traumatic experiences from 20 to 26, a lot of crazy stuff, which I can also talk about in another video because there is some assault in there, and which I would really like to do a video on it. And I just have to be mentally prepared for it. And also, that would be a really, really big trigger warning video. And so I just don't want to like bust it out here because I did not say it. But yeah, no, so when I hit 26, I became friends with a certain group of people. And one of them, she had gotten a tarot reading where I am. And she was talking about like, oh, like you'll find this person, da da da. And I told her, oh, you know what? It's always interesting. I've always wanted to get my cards read. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Like, look at me now. and um, and so it just started off like her just sending one video of her horoscope to our group chat, and that's how it started. That's simply how it started. And then little by little we started like, oh, look at these pick a cards, and I just got fascinated by it. Like, I got so fascinated by it. In the beginning, they were pretty subtle describing my situation, because I was in a situation back then. And then I started seeing, oh, you're psychic. This group is psychic. This pile is psychic. Oh, you can read cards. You're a witch. You're this, you're that. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? And like, it just kept saying it. I was like, okay, whatever. I ignored it. I'm like, now I'm not gonna dig into that. Like, from the way I was raised, I'm not gonna dig into that. And then they kept telling me, oh, meditate in the pick a cards. You have to meditate. Meditating will actually help you. So one day I was like, you know what? I'll try meditating. Let's go for it. And I started meditating. I meditated every day, a couple minutes first, and then just got really deep into like 2 hours of meditation. Which now I slack on it. I'm not gonna lie. I slack on it hard. So one of the times, my friend was in the process, the one that introduced me to the readings and stuff. She said, oh, I found a pair of deck, like a tarot deck. Like, it's a box, like it's literally a box. And she's like, I found it in my garage. She's like, I don't even remember buying it. And so me and my other friend, we were like, oh my God, bring it to the house. And we were just like messing around with it, and instantly I felt so drawn to it. How people are always like, oh, read the books and stuff like that, and I instantly was drawn to it. Like, yes, I used the book like the first like maybe month, and like always like, oh, only pull one card. I did the Celtic spread. Like, every time I would read, it would be the Celtic spread. And that was like all my friends. Like, it was crazy. And it made sense. Like, it honestly made sense to the people that I would read it. I only was doing that for like a month, maybe. And I was like, this is so weird. It's so weird that I'm so like connected to it. So fast forward, I went on a birthday trip and I went into a spiritual store, and so I bought my first oracle deck, which was the Work Your Light oracle. And that literally changed everything. Then I would just read and read cards, and my friends would get annoyed by how many times I just asked to read them. And so fast forward to 6 months ago, I think. It was in July. Like right in the middle of all this quarantine mess. The same friends that I was friends with at that time in the beginning of my spirituality, we broke off. We lived together. However, we broke off. To be honest, I don't really know why and what happened. And so I'm just here right now. But I noticed that every time, once we broke off, I have grown so much in spirituality. I've grown a lot in my healing. I've grown a lot in myself. Like, a lot in myself. Like, the most growth I have seen in 7 years that I've been going to therapy. And this is just a lesson to tell you guys, like, because before of us having the fallout, the universe was already telling me to let them go. The universe was telling me, let them go. This is not what's meant for you. Let it go. And I was like, no. These are like really like close friends. Like, I made a really deep connection. I don't make friends easily. And they were like, let them go. It will pop up in all the times in my pick-a cards, in my own personal readings. And it was always, let them go. It is time for you to let them go. And even to the point like, oh, the universe is telling you, like, it appeared in one of my readings, the universe is telling you to not move in with them. And I still did. And we moved in March. By May, that's only 3 months in, we separated. We went our own ways. And so what I'm saying with this one is kind of off topic. However, it's part of a healing process. And if the universe is telling you to let someone go, it is for a reason. Don't make the universe make you let them go. Because as much as I have grown, as much as I have evolved, it sucks that I've been watching them every single day and grow also into the person that they're supposed to be becoming with a new chapter, and it hurts. So definitely, if the universe is telling you to let people go, let them go. And so back to the topic. So around that all happened in June. I was going through it. Trying to help my thoughts, better myself as to dealing and grieving with what I have quote unquote lost. However, at the time I didn't know how much I will gain. And to the point that even now, like, I made a list And if you guys have to do it too, I would suggest it. Um, write out the pros and cons of why is it a good idea to let go. Or if you have let go and you're still grieving, write what has come from letting them go. Because I am like 99.9% sure that your pros are going to be a lot longer than your cons. Because that's what happened to me. And that's when I really started taking back my power, was that I grew so much by letting them go, and I realized a lot about myself. And all I did was, quote unquote, lose 2 people. But I gained literally a page worth of stuff since losing them. And so yeah, so around July, I would say, the universe sent me into another chapter, another journey. And I got the opportunity to move temporarily to another place to work. Because I work for a big corporate, a big corporate company. And so when other states need, they would take other people from other states, put them in that state, work until they don't need them no more. And so that's what happened to me. I was moved to another state. And there it was challenging. I had to manage to live out of a hotel room, only eat hotel food, only eat food from outside. I couldn't cook. There was no kitchen for me to cook. And the biggest lesson that I took was I am worthy than how I'm being treated. Because I was treated, the one experience that honestly pushed me to like just say F it and go was horrible. It was terrible. And it honestly pushed me to like, you know what, F it. I'm more worthy than this. I'm gonna go. So, because I'm actually doing you guys a favor and you guys are actually mistreating me. So, I'm gonna go. Thank you. And that's honestly like, that was like the biggest thing I've ever done, because I grabbed so much courage from it for me to walk away. Because the old me, I wouldn't have walked away. I honestly wouldn't have walked away. I would just stayed and stuck it up. So when I came back, things really started getting crazy. I started doing a lot of healing on myself, figuring out like how I've been toxic, how my codependency from my childhood is still affecting me, how my childhood is still affecting me, how abusive was my childhood, how abusive all of my relationships have been, literally all of them. To the point that I just make up excuses just to justify other people's actions. And that's not right. So when I came back, well, before I left to this state, I started boxing. And I am suggesting this. I don't know how much is where you live, but if there is an opportunity for you to go boxing in like membership wise, I suggest it. It is a really good way to release anger, to release stress. And I'm working on some new techniques which I hope will help. And if they do help, I would definitely love to share them. I'm just working on this testing to see how I could box and heal at the same time. Still working on it. So, but yeah, I would highly suggest boxing or something very, very physical. That like you could actually take out that aggression and you're not actually harming somebody. So when I came back, I started going to the gym because I was unemployed again, because of the quarantine, COVID, and all that. And so I started boxing every day. and really focusing on like how to heal and how to open myself up again. And I started making some very, very, very much needed life changes. And to the point, like, I challenged myself and I was like, okay, I'm only going to eat meat twice a day, and that'll be lunch and dinner. That's it. And then I was like, okay, I can challenge myself again. I'm only gonna eat it once a day, and that'll be lunch. And then one day I was like, you know what, this is crazy, but I'm not gonna eat meat. I'll just do vegetarian. And that's where I am now. Like, I'm a vegetarian. I work in the kitchen, so at work I have to eat meat just to see how it tastes. So that's like the only time I will eat it, or unless like I'm really, really craving it, then I'll eat it. But even then, I don't crave it. If not, it's like a little piece of chicken, maybe two, like little bits and pieces. I don't eat much of it, to the point that I'm just like, I'm not even craving it at all. Like, I eat it at work if like it's a busy, crazy night and I am starving. Cause there's days that I'm just like, oh my god, I'm starving, and that's when I'll eat something. But honestly, like, it just goes to like, the more you heal and the more you start bettering yourself, you start doing a lot of more positive life changes. And now, like, I'm pushing myself harder in boxing. I'm pushing myself so I could gain more upper body strength, because I have a lot of leg strength, but I don't have enough upper body strength. And so, like, just challenge yourself. Like, honestly, just challenge yourself. One thing that I want to talk about is, we all talk about self-love, and the self-love is something that you can give yourself, and it's like the most love you can receive. And I just want you guys to know, when you hear, oh, you need to love yourself first before you can love anybody else, something that I've learned recently is, if you feel like you have to think a certain way to attract it, like, I'm gonna use my example. I recently am starting to take a step back from spirituality, as to like healing wise, because I've noticed that I've gone a little too much into it, and now I'm just like, oh, if I think this way, I'm gonna do this, and it's just like, no, like, I still have to remember to enjoy life. So it is okay to want other people. It is okay to crave love from somebody else. It is okay. Like, and that's something that I'm learning. That I have to remember that I'm human, and I have feelings, and I have emotions. And that if I want to crave someone, then that is okay. Just because in my readings it says, oh, I have to love myself first, or that someone tells me, oh no, you have to love yourself first. And honestly, I love myself. I could honestly tell you that, hands down, right now, this is the most I've ever loved myself. This is the most I've ever put myself first, love myself, everything about myself. Like, I'm listening to myself a lot more in the past 6 months. And I just felt like saying that. I know that's like another curse, because this video is like all over the place, but I just feel like sometimes people need to hear that. It is okay to crave someone else's love. We're human. So don't beat yourself up and think, oh, because I'm craving something, that no one's gonna come in for me. No, that's not what's gonna happen. we're humans, and humans are meant to feel loved, are meant to want love. And just know, like, it is okay. It is okay to feel. It is okay to feel wanted. It is okay to want to be wanted. As long as you put that boundary with yourself and know when, like, you're pushing it, know when it's getting out of hand. When it turns to like codependency, that's a whole other story then. But it is okay to want it. It is okay to want money. It is okay to just want material. And that's something that I am in the process now of learning and accepting that, okay, there is a lot to go with gratitude. Yes, I have gratitude for everything that I have. However, it is okay to want more, because we're meant to have a life with big things. And it's true. If you want bigger things, then dream for bigger things. It's yours. Like, honestly, it's yours. Don't worry about it. Well, don't worry about it, because we're gonna all worry about it. However, just know, like, if you want something, it's okay to want it, as long as, like, we don't obsess over it. So don't hurt yourself, like, oh my god, if I keep thinking about it, it's not gonna come to me. If you want it that bad, then that's how badly you want it. So yeah, like, I just wanted to say that. And another thing about self-love is also solitude. Solitude has played a really big part in my growth. I spend a majority of my time alone. When I'm working, but when I'm not, I spend a majority of my time alone. I don't want to be around people. I just want to be alone with my cat. That's it. And solitude has actually helped me step into who I am, and accepting who I am. And the biggest one for me is my hair. My hair color was a really big one, because I realized that me dyeing my hair so much was a form of me trying to find my identity, finding who I am. And now being where I'm at now, I just dyed my hair back to my natural hair color. And I realized that I'm meant to have this hair color for a reason. I was given everything about me for a reason. So I have to learn to embrace it. So it's time for all of us to start looking into where are we putting our mask on. And not just I'm telling you guys to do it, I'm talking to myself too. Really figuring out, what mask do we have on? Is it ours? Or is it the ones that we were shaped and made to believe that is who we are? And that is one you should think about. So I feel like that would be the end right there. I know this video is all over the place. However, I just felt like doing it. So I hope this made sense to you guys. Let me know down below, and I will definitely start looking into more informative ones. Probably I'll do one next of my childhood, and then excuse me, and then the ones in my early 20s, because now I'm going to late 20s. My birthday is Monday. I'm a Sagittarius, so my birthday is December 14th. So yeah, I'll be gone the whole week next week, so I'm gonna disconnect hard next week. Yeah, so I will be doing a pick a card after this for what is next for you in healing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys watch the next one, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.